Alright, what's up guys? So today I'm gonna be talking about, man, hate the ratty seats, but yeah, that's life. Today I'm gonna be talking about transmission fluid and what I used to help with my grinds. I had a mild, very mild second gear grind and a pretty annoying third gear grind. So about my issue and what I did. It was kind of embarrassing. Whenever there was 3 or more people with the passenger, it wouldn't happen. But whenever there was 3 or more, I'll give her some beans in second gear, let's say for an on-ramp, and the car will buck, boom, 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 boom. And I get it out of gear, and yeah, it would be fine. I'll put it back slowly, ease back on the gas, and it'll be all fine. So that happened maybe out of 50 pulls, let's just say. Second gear pulls, it'll happen once. So it was totally not annoying, but that's what happened about a few times of ownership. Then there was the third gear grind where I'll go first, second, and then as soon as I'll go into third, it would kind of like go halfway, but then it'll feel like friction going into the gear until I'll have to like almost force it into gear, and that was super annoying. And if I just let out or if I just try and put it in, it'll grind. So I kind of had to like learn third gear. So the first thing I did was, as you guys seen years ago, was the shifter bushings, the shifter box bushings. Guy off of what is that? It was an Integra RSX forum Facebook group, and he 3D printed the little bushings. I got them for 10 bucks, put them in, and that fixed probably 20-25% of the issue. And it has slop, but it was nothing like clunking like before, because the other bushings were basically in pieces at the bottom of the box, so they were like non-existent. So I still have slop, but it's still pretty dang nice. Second thing I did, I have the car on because I'm charging my camera battery. Alright, so the second thing I did was I put the solid eBay bushings right here, and basically that just took out slop, and the rubber bushings were actually shifted over a little bit, like the eyelid was shifted over, and that wouldn't cause it to give it enough throw to put inside of the gear. And plus this is more of a direct feel, so it just feels more nicer, like a sharper feel, not notchy, but it gives it a sharper feel. But those are pretty dang nice. Just keep them clean, keep them lubed and everything. And yeah, so that was the second thing I did. Alright guys, and the third thing I did was I changed the transmission fluid. Now, changing the transmission fluid should have been my first thing, because this fixed the majority of it. I used Redline transmission fluid, manual transmission fluid. I'll put a picture right here of the specific type that I used. And basically, transmission fluid has a friction modifier and anti-friction properties, and it has where it doesn't oxidize easily, and it's a lubricant. It keeps temperature down, so it's part of a cooling system also. But the anti-friction materials wear out in these gearboxes over thousands of miles. It wears out, and so whenever you go and put the gear into, you put into gear, that friction material is lost, so it basically lets it slip back out of the gear. Like the synchro, it slips right back out. It just causes issues, because transmission fluids do have a friction and an anti-friction, obviously for the bearings, for the shift forks, any type of race, bushing, anything. They want it to be nice and smooth, but they also have a friction modifier. So Redline transmission fluid, that fixed the majority of the issue. So I would go with Redline. You can go with Hot and Genuine. You could go with what is it, a GM Synchro Mesh or some other ones, but I used Redline, and that fixed most of the issues. And I actually don't even have a grind anymore at all. And if I do, it's probably error by not putting the clutch in all the way, because I'm kind of lazy. Alright, so I just turned the car off, and the fourth thing that I have not done, but you can totally do if you know, if all else fails. But I mean, if you do all those three things and you still have, you know, a transmission that's, you know, grinding everywhere all around town, your transmission's shot. Okay, well, basically, I'm basically going to say this. If you have a problem every single time you drive the car, none of this will work. It's a transmission. You got to drop the subframe, you got to drop the trends. If you have like an intermittent issue that happens maybe once a week, twice a week, or 3 times a week, if you daily drive the car, once a month, etc., I would definitely do this. But if you have like a major grinding issue every single time, I highly doubt your transmission fluid is the issue, and it's actual people grinding that synchro out, and they're just nicely beveled out, and they're just not going to engage properly. But the fourth thing you can do is replace your cables. There's a lot of people that say if you relate that they replace them with like an aftermarket or OEM or an OEM equivalent, and it actually fixed it. And I kind of see that, you know, happening, where the cable will become stretched, and whenever you go and back it out of gear or put it in a gear or some type of way, that you're not going to get proper engagement here, and that's going to cause the synchro not to fully go in, or there could be binding issues where it's like a friction going in. Luckily, I thought that was my problem, but fortunately it was just the transmission fluid. But yeah, so the cables, get fresh cables, do the shifter box bushings, transmission, and do these solid billet, or you know, you can even get the spherical bushings right here, and that will pretty much set you up for a nice smooth shifting transmission. But yeah, and then obviously, if probably it's not the transmission, it could possibly be the clutch, a super worn clutch. I mean, I know that if it's badly worn, you could possibly have engagement issues in, you know, some ways. But yeah, so try those 3 things, and then try your cables. And if you still have issues, you got new cables out of it, you got new bushings out of it. You'll have to drop the trends if you have pretty bad you know, issues, but pray you don't got to drop the trends. But yeah, guys, so that's gonna be the little video. Just wanted to throw this out there. I got a nice little idea from somebody who watched my shifter box bushing replacement, and I never really talked about that. But yeah, I changed the transmission fluid. It was a pain. It was painful literally, and I didn't record anything, but I fixed the issue with my transmission. But yeah, guys, so that's gonna be the little video. If you want to see more little videos like this, more junkyard vlogs, and that CTR, it's gonna be coming up soon. Smash the like, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.